Hi everybody, Ian Botra and Laura Botra with the Botra team here. Welcome to Friday Facts, episode 3 on June 2nd, 2017. Coming at you real quick with our live Friday Facts, and then just a quick brief discussion. If you're watching this live, thank you so much for joining us, and if you're getting this through an email, we love having you on our list. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. But without further ado, Laura, go ahead and roll off the stats.
All right, so market stats for May 26th to June 1st. We are looking at 380 new listings in the market, 114 went into contract, 61 price reductions, 18 price increases, and 1,240 total active listings currently. We're looking at a sale to list ratio of about 106.2%, so we're still hovering at about 6% over the listing price when we're looking at the final sale. And we are up from last week's average sales price, so we're back up to about 1.24 million. We were looking at about 1.21 last week, so we're up a little bit. Now overall, looking at the market, the bottom line is we've already been at historic market lows. Inventory has dropped a little bit more. Our inventory and our sales price in general is up from last week, but when you compare June so far to May, it's down a little bit. Now, there's no way to tell whether this is a trend yet. We're one day into June, folks, so we're going to keep an eye on that moving forward and see whether that's actually a trend or whether it was just a slight dip.
And the other kind of interesting thing, last two weeks, so we did stats last week, we are coming off of Memorial Day week. So typically the market is a little slower before Memorial Day and after Memorial Day weekend. So, but that being said, 2 weeks in a row, we've gained inventory, meaning we've had more listings come on than we've seen go into contract. So that's, again, a trend. It does, because we're so close to Memorial Day weekend, we're rolling into summer, it's not necessarily a trend that I want to be alarmed about at this moment, but it is something to watch, because if that continued, going into summer, it could be a trend in a changing market. And we want to keep our eye on that, because obviously you as our customers, we want to keep you informed of what's going on with the market.
So bottom line is stay tuned. That's why we're here every Friday to give you the updates.
Well, and that being said, I wanted to kind of briefly touch on a discussion that we've been having a lot with our clients, both buyers and sellers. Being the market's been a bull market for about 6 years. We're kind of at this point in the market where people are wondering what they should be doing. So a lot of the conversations we're having, and I know a lot of people don't sometimes don't feel comfortable having conversations with realtors about whether or not they should sell their house, because the realtor's just so gung-ho to sell their house that they don't give them advice. Well, we're not like that. We're going to give you some advice right now and tell you my thoughts on who should be thinking about selling and who should just be keeping their house. So the main thing for me is, if you are thinking about if you're thinking about selling your house and you're not sure if you should pull the trigger now, you really should think about your long-term outlook. So, here in Silicon Valley, the housing market has never really trended negatively over a 10-year period. What that means is, even if the market drops, if you just stay in your house for at least 10 years, you'll have a chance to sell it again. So basically, if you're thinking about selling your house, but you love your house, you like where you live, your kids still have to finish school, you don't really have any reason to sell now, and you think you'd be okay with keeping the house for another 7 to 10 years, keep the house.
Now,
Don't
how
sell.
about folks who are thinking they may want to retire and move, or maybe the kids finish high school and they're looking at moving to another area in the next 3 to 4 years? How about that?
Then it shifts. And I would say, if you think you want to be out of your home within the next, at least definitely 5 years, but 5 to 7 years or sooner, then I would be definitely thinking about selling now. Because we've been in a bull market for 6 years. We don't know where the market's going to go, and we don't know if this market's going to be strong or it's going to be soft. It could be, the market could be very soft in a year or two, and if you were counting on getting top dollar for your home and retiring on that money, now's probably the time for you to be thinking about cashing out the home and taking that money and putting it aside so you have it for retirement. Otherwise, you might be sitting on your house for another 7 to 10 years.
Yep.
On the flip side, who should be buying? Well, we're kind of in a funny place in the market. It's still a good time to buy. Rates are historically low. But who should be buying? Again, people who want to be in this market, want to be living in Silicon Valley for at least the next 7 to 10 years. So 7 to 10 years, because again, if you have a stable job, your income keeps you in this area. And that's a lot of our tech employees, even civil servants, people in jobs that are stable. They don't plan like they're going to be needing to move across the country. Because again, if you want to move across the country in 3 to 5 years, if the market's really soft, probably not a good time to buy. Because you may we don't know, we don't have a crystal ball, but you might be wanting to hold on a house. And again, remember, Silicon Valley, over a 10-year period, has never trended negatively. So if you stay in your house for 10 years, you're going to be okay. But you have to be buying with a long-term play. We're not at a point in the market, the market's gone up significantly in the last 6 years. And we're not at a point in the market where you want to be buying thinking that you're going to be able to make quick equity within the next 2 or 3 years. 10-year play, definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, that being said, if you want a more detailed report or more detailed information, we'd be happy to chat with you. Feel free to contact us via Facebook, via email. We'll have some information on how to get to us if you want more information. Thank you again for joining us on Friday Facts. It's been a pleasure to have you, and we'll look forward to continuing the updates next Friday.
And again, if you love this information, we're going to link up the blog post.
Yeah.
If you're not already on our list, once the link is up, feel free to click and sign up. So we'll email this to you every Friday if you want to continually get this information. If you're already on our list, thank you so much. We love having you, and thank you for joining us again. It's Ian and Laura from the Botcher team, and thanks for joining us for this edition of Friday Facts.
Have a great weekend.